So there's a problem. There's a problem, which is that I haven't shot a 14.5 AR in a hot minute. Like it's probably been the better part of a year since I put rounds behind this 14.5. So I've been all SBRs because pistols, right? So I forgot how much pleasure it is shooting a good 14.5 with a break on it and the weight of that gun. Obviously I've got a heavy optic on there. There's just nothing in terms of movement on that gun when you shoot. I mean, it doesn't move. It just doesn't move. Now, granted, this weighs 1 actual metric ton, so it's not the lightest rifle in the world, but I'm not a fast shooter. And this is easy to shoot. So now I'm conflicted, because recently we've been having conversations on if you could pick one rifle, what would you pick? And I've been kind of in the 11.5 boat, especially since I guess the USASOC report came out saying 11.5 is the shit. But now I'm debating myself on SBRs versus 14.5. I'm like, God, this is just incredibly nice to shoot. Would it be a little more inconvenient? Vehicles, home defense, shit like that? Yeah, sure, but damn. So I'll tell you about the rifle. This rifle is an interesting piece. It's almost this is a trip down memory lane, this rifle, because it is made by the artist formerly known as AXTS. That's what I like to call them. You will know them as Radian Defense. And Radian, I don't know, so don't quote me on this, but Radian probably does more parts than they do rifles. Because guess what? We almost all use now. We all use Radian's charging handle. Like, it's just standard shit. Like, you want a good charging handle, you drop in a Radian, right? Their safety, phenomenal, right? So it's ambi, which obviously comes stock on the rifle, but you can set it to either 45, which is where I like to run mine, or you can have it go all the way down to 90 like a standard safety. But it's very positive, very tactile safety. I love the 45 just because I'm like, why do I need more movement than is necessary to get the gun off safe? Why do I call it the artist formerly known as AXTS? Well, I have to give you a little bit of a history lesson on this rifle. This rifle, well, I'm not going to tell you the serial number because sucks, but it's very low, okay? It's a very, very low serial number inside of the AXTS or Radian world. Radian, as you will know, it started off in life as AXTS, this bad boy right here. They went for a bit of a rebranding. So here's the Cliff Notes version of where this rifle came from. I ordered one of the early edition AXTSs, which you see here. It inevitably takes longer to come in than is predicted. It came in and it had the correct lower, and I was living in California at the time, so there's some hoops to jump through. But it had a flash hider instead of a brake. I ordered a brake. I was like, shit, the upper's got to go back. So I send back the upper. Comes back like a month later. The upper and the lower were Cerakoted different colors. I was like, shit, this doesn't work. The upper's got to go back. This is now the second time this upper goes back. On the way to that upper going back to Oregon, where they're based out of, I get a call from UPS, FedEx, one of them, whoever you legally ship upper through, can't remember. And they said, sir, we're calling about your package. Now, keep in mind, I live in California, and I was shipping an AR upper. Legal, but still, you get a little dicey in California. She goes, sir, I'm calling about your package. And I was like, go on. And she goes, sir, there was a street race on the freeway where the truck driver with your package was driving. I was like, okay. And she goes, basically Fast and the Furious style, there was a street race and the truck blew up on the side of the road. I was like, this is straight Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, which is probably a rough thing given that he blew up on the side of the road. But I was like, direct question. I said, ma'am, so where is my package? Direct quote. The worst, the most blunt, harsh thing anyone's ever told me. Sir, there's nothing left of your package. What? How do you just tell someone there's nothing left of your package? Fortunately, I had taken out insurance on this bad boy, so now, of course, I've got to wait for an insurance claim and another upper to get fulfilled. Like, this bad boy had a saga. Now get this. I'm putting them a little on blast because frankly, I think that Radian's a very good company these days, but this is the artist formerly known as AXTS. So I have to call over to them, I don't know, month or two, 3 months later, whatever, ask some question or some inquiry or something. And they go, what's the serial number of your gun? And I was like, it's yada, yada, yada. And they were like, get out of here. And they were like, that was one of the stolen ones. And I was like, stolen ones? And they're like, yeah, or I believe it was CFO. I won't say the guy's name just for the sake of, you know, what value does it provide. But yeah, basically a guy who was kind of a known shitbag in the industry, had stolen a bunch of guns and in essence sold them illegally. And here we have it. I have a gun that has been through a couple evolutions of being incorrect. It has been blown up on the side of the freeway via fucking Vin Diesel and Tyrese. And now I have a stolen firearm. And by the way, I live in Los Angeles. It's a good time. You go through all of that and you start to think, you know what? Maybe let's ditch the AXTS name and let's rebrand as Radian, which is what you have today. So I have a fond love-hate of this gun. Love because the gun is phenomenal, straight up. The gun is phenomenal. Hate just because it's got a saga tied to it, you know? Like, this thing has got some history. Okay, let's hit some features on this. This will be my attempt at a gun review, which, by the way, the best email I've ever received yesterday from a company who I got connected with from SHOT Show, Bull Armory. If you watch this, so I guess they're making 1911s, 2011. Someone connected us, and I was like, hey, let me know if you guys want to do any collab work or anything. They emailed me back, and they said, could you let us know what your review procedure is? I can't, actually. There isn't one. We drive to the middle of nowhere. Half the time shit goes wrong. Half the time I say things I shouldn't. No, I cannot actually tell you what my review procedure would be. That said, here's your review of this thing. So, you've got a full ambi gun, but full ambi, so obviously you've got their Talon safety, which you can change from 45 to 90, that's up to you. You've got their Raptor charging handle. I think they actually ship them with the suppressed version of the charging handle now, which is super cool. But this was before that came out. So you've got their old school charging handle. They like black nitride their bolt, full billet, upper and lower, all that good stuff. Thank you for M-Lock. This is pretty early, I think, in M-Lock days because people were still using that key mod bullshit and just Picatinny rails and all that. So it's heavy. That would be the biggest thing. The way that I originally really thought of AXTS was they were building very, very precision-oriented ARs, okay? So it wasn't, you know, if you just look for those guns where it's like, look, it's just a good, go beat it up gun. Look, these will take the beating, but really they were designed as like sub-MOA guns. So if you're looking for accuracy, these were really, really good guns. And when I say they're flat, I mean, look, this gun shoots flat, like really, really, really flat, okay? And it's still surprising to me because if you look at the AR trigger market, still Geisley's the king of the hill, and rightfully so. They make really, really awesome triggers. I think we'll all concede that. But these guys, let's just call them Radian for the sake of this since we've addressed the AXTS elephant. They use these AR gold triggers, and dude, it is crazy good. It is a really, really good trigger. Phenomenal trigger. I get it, Geisley, it's what everyone likes, cool. I love Geisley's, I've got Geisley's too. But man, one, is that the most thin trigger like you've ever seen in your entire life? Like, what the hell? Like, there's like nothing there, and it is light. Like, it's very, very light. I think the biggest downside of it would be, if we listen, it's a pretty soft reset. So it's not a super tactile reset. And I've even been guilty of, you're running and you're like, oh, did my gun malfunction? You're like, oh shit, it's so like light that like I actually didn't even hit the reset. I didn't reset the trigger. So that would be my only complaint with it. It's phenomenal to shoot awesome, especially on a precision level. I would say it probably better than a Geisley from a precision game, but the reset, not super, super tactile. What else do we have going on here? This is not a review about the optic, but I will tell you this. These are my first rounds today on the Vortex 1-6. It's the Viper Gen 2. Dude, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna go into it because we'll probably do a full video on it, but I'm literally running this thing as a red dot at 1 power today. It's legit. It takes some getting used to, but FYI, does it make the gun heavier? Yeah, of course, but damn, it's a nice set. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this video and be like, oh, that's a shit setup. Say what you want about me. That's a nice gun though. So I'm gonna give you some final thoughts on these. I did a video a while back on Gucci Glocks and how Gucci Glocks are dead, and I will stand by that statement all day long. No one's really that interested anymore relative to what the market was a few years. And most people probably look at this and go, that's a Gucci AR, and you say Gucci Glock sucks, so what about these? One, I'm not really saying Gucci Glocks suck. I think they're overrated and don't necessarily give you a whole lot of upside. And some ARs are just glorified parts builders. These guys actually do some innovative shit. If you look inside the AR space, look, it's a small list of people who really are doing R&D and innovation and making some of their own stuff. You know, most people, like I said, they're parts assemblers, and that's fine. You can get good rifles from that. But as I shoot this today, I was reminded of, man, that's a really good gun. Like, that is just a really, really good gun. And sometimes I don't have a whole lot more to offer than that. They're just good. Just really, really good. And do you pay for it? Yes, absolutely. Could you go buy 4 ARs for the price of one of these? Yes, you could. That's a debate you can have with yourself. I'm a quality over quantity guy. I don't need all of the things. I just want a few very nice things. This checks a box for, if I was picking a 14.5 that I can roll with and depend my life on, I don't have any debate about that. That is in the contenders list for me. That said, my gun did blow up on the side of the freeway. Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel, right? What's ludicrous, right? That was a bummer. We've come a long way. AXTS is over. Radian is running the ship these days. All right, kids. See you later.